forgive and forget. They are the top 5 stars who have gotten slammed for doing so much so wrong. But is it just time to cut them a break? Kicking off our countdown to number 5, Kim Kardashian's divorce drama. So a judge here in LA has just set a May trial date to finally put an end to the never-ending Kim Kardashian-Kris Humphries divorce saga, an astounding 18 months after Kim announced that she was leaving him. Can we get a round of applause, please? I mean, it's finally happened. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Kim and her sister Khloe opened up on the family's reality show about why this divorce has taken so darn long.
I don't know how she's so calm about this. He was suing her for an annulment. The only way to legally get an annulment is if there's some type of fraud involved. So Kris said Kim defrauded him to marry her for press.
That's crazy. Kim, the fact that you even got married is crazy.
If you wanted to marry someone just for press, wouldn't you have picked someone that was actually popular?
I should have listened to the signs, but, you know.
Let me just give you one word of advice. If you ever come across anyone who barks for most of his words, don't date them.
It's been hard to understand. A 72-day marriage, a year and a half to get divorced. Can you believe it? Well, I've got 2 stars right here with me in Hollywood tonight who can't wait to get in on this. Cheryl Lee Ralph, who's starring in NBC's hit show Smash, and Mark McGrath, frontman for the legendary group Sugar Ray. Tickets are going on sale for his Under the Sun tour. It's going to happen in April. Mark's going to be seen on ABC's Celebrity Wife Swap. That's on March 5th. All right, we're going to take it straight to our first countdown question tonight. Should Kris forgive Kim and sign the divorce papers right now and just get this thing over with? Mark, I'm starting with you.
Yeah, come on, Kris. I mean, look, that spotlight, it's an elixir. You know, you go out, you go to the bathroom with Kim, you're on the front page of Us Weekly. Being the 26th best rebounder in NBA doesn't get you on the cover of People. So every now and then he throws out a little soundbite. Hey, I'm still working on the annulment thing, and guess who's on the cover of Us Weekly? Kris Humphries. So I get it. That spotlight, it lulls you, AJ. That's why I'm here talking to you, my brother.
Well, I appreciate that, and thank you for soaking it all in with us.
I love it.
But Cheryl, he calls the marriage a sham. Sham or not, is there anything smart about the fact that he's keeping this thing going?
You know something? It's probably very smart because we're still talking about him. And now that he is only making like 6 shots per game, maybe only 6 rebounds per game, he probably really needs a spotlight. But baby, you better forgive, forget, and move on.
Yeah.
And he is going to miss the money he thought he was going to get out of that marriage. I feel bad for you, Kris.
Well, you know, Kim has clearly moved on with her life in a
preggers
big
and everything.
way. And everything. Well, let's move from divorce drama ourselves to marital mayhem. Coming in at number 4 in the Showbiz Countdown, the never-ending feud between LeAnn Rimes and Brandi Glanville and Brandi's ex-husband, Eddie Cibrian, who's now married to LeAnn. Are you paying attention? So Brandi has just released a tell-all book reigniting the feud. If you've missed any of the bickering, this is basically how it works. Brandi insults LeAnn, LeAnn offends Brandi, Eddie lays low while the women battle it out. This feud all got underway, of course, when Eddie left Brandi for LeAnn. So our next Forgive and Forget countdown question, should Brandi forgive LeAnn and move on with her new life? Cheryl.
Let me tell you something. When you're doing all this bickering and backfighting and all of that, it ruins your good looks. Ladies, you better forgive and forget each other. Shoot, Brandi's been talking about all the Botox, all the filler, all the this, all the nip and the tuck she's been doing to herself. That's because she's so busy fighting LeAnn. Come on, y'all are hurting these children. These children need a break, ladies. Can you imagine what poor Eddie is like?
Well, exactly. And as I said, he's laying low. You all take care of this. But the truth is, I'm right there with you. Who needs the stress? Who needs the karma? And the ladies of The View were having at this, by the way. Brandi said that she is ready to stop the madness. Let's watch how that played.
I had to get my side out. I had to speak my piece. This is my official sit-down that they've done 100,000 times. And I'm done. I'm just so done with them. I want to change the conversation.
Why now done?
It's exhausting. I mean, it's been 4 years. I mean, at some point, I have to just take that step and move forward.
All right, to be fair, this nastiness is really coming from both sides, with LeAnn Rimes' publicist just releasing a statement on LeAnn's behalf, slamming Brandi, accusing her of drinking too much. That came from a publicist, Mark. I mean, what do you think? Time to forgive and forget, and really, to Cheryl's point, above and beyond everything else, there are kids involved here. I mean, come
Absolutely. I mean, I have kids, so I know playing that out in the public forum is a little rough, but the drinking thing's a little offensive to me being an Irishman, but we'll let that one go. And obviously, Cheryl Lee's never been in an argument. Look at this beauty, if it causes anything like that. But here's the thing. That man-stealing business, that husband-stealing business, it's dirty business, AJ. Yeah. So, you know, it goes back and forth. And Leanne, I mean, you know, you swim in a dirty pool, you might get a little dirty, but I think it's time to forgive and forget. But don't forget, you know, Brandy says a little something. She's on Howard Stern. You know, she goes for it, too, by the way. She's not afraid to go for it.
I guess she's trying to forgive and forget because she's written the book and she figures, I've written the book now, just buy it, you can read about it, then we can forget about it, huh?
Right, so who's smart?
You know what I mean? Do you think any part of it is they don't want to forgive and forget because of the publicity that
Stop talking about it, AJ. Is anything more scary than no one talking about you? I'll test it out. It's scary. That's why I'm here, you know?
All right, well, somebody who is now promising to zip it, at least there's somebody out there. This takes us to number 3 on our Showbiz Forgive and Forget countdown. It's John Mayer, who appears to be on a mission to prove that his bad boy behavior towards women has changed. Now, John just told CBS Sunday Morning that his whole foot and mouth moments about his exes are, in fact, a thing of the past. Let's watch.
I was just a jerk, you know? And it's hard sometimes people to process that. Yeah. They'd rather have a quick go-to, like, oh, he was popping X number of pills a day. Right. No, I wasn't. I was just a jerk, you know?
So how does that happen?
Taking every battle on, not taking a break, not being honest, not saying, let's admit that we don't know the next step.
Most of all, what's changed?
It's very liberating when you finally realize that it's impossible to make everyone like you.
Well, Mayer really turned a lot of people off when he talked so much and so publicly about Jessica Simpson and Jennifer Aniston and his sex lives with those women. But he says that he has learned his lesson. So here's our next Showbiz countdown question. Are John Mayer's bad boy days really behind him? Is it time to forgive the guy? And Cheryl, the moment he opened his mouth, you're sitting here shaking your head going, no, no.
You know something? It's very difficult for me because, first of all, he had that foot and mouth disease, and it was so bad for him that he had to Botox his vocal cords to keep them from coming together, which scared me in itself. But I will forgive him as soon as I can forget that he had the audacity to give that interview where he said he had a Benetton heart, but he had a segregationist, racist Pinewali. I was like, come on now.
That didn't work for you.
That did not work for me. I didn't like that at all. Then he goes on to write that song, Fathers, be good to your daughters to protect them from guys like me.
Okay. So you weren't quite feeling that.
No.
All right. Now, Mark, listen. You know how tough it can be when you're out there in the public eye and people are buying your music and they love you, but some people may stop buying your music and not love you as much if you're saying some stupid stuff. And that is the problem that he got himself into, and now he's trying to come around from that.
He's good, though. Isn't he good? He's out there in Montana with the Ralph Lauren Wild West collection with the river behind him going, I've changed, man.
Are you saying it's nonsense? Are you saying
I'm saying he's very
smart. Fix it?
I'm saying he's a very smart guy. Look, no one was feeling John Mayer more than John Mayer back then. You know what I mean? That's why he was out there saying whatever he wanted to say and see how far he could get away with it. He admits that. Now, what John Mayer does worst is be a celebrity. He's an incredible musician, one of our best guitar players. I mean, you don't jam with Eric Clapton and not get the wave of approval from the legend. So I think John needs to concentrate on the music, concentrate on being the excellent guitar player, one of America's premier singer-songwriters that he is, and leave the, the gossip in the past. I mean, we used to love to build John Mayer up. Now we can't wait to tear him down. And that's hard.
And that's showbiz, baby.
Welcome to showbiz.
That is showbiz. Okay, I think he's making a good effort. I like him too, and I really want him to stick with this plan.